Very pleased to welcome Mr. Jérôme Viricel, General Manager RECAPP. Once again, thank you very much for inviting us to today's event. We saw the Minister of Climate Change of UAE. We are at the basically site of COP28, as you know, less than 1 month from COP. Very big plans. What is today's initiative from your end?
So today we invited all our partners and also our potential future partners for them to be aware that the project is bigger and bigger, RECAPP initiative. And it was for us the opportunity to announce this agreement between the Ministry of Climate Change and Environment and RECAPP by Veolia. So we signed today an MOU. This MOU is all about awareness, how the Ministry of Climate Change and Environment will be able to raise the word that a RECAPP initiative is good for the environment, that can be used by anyone at home, at work.
Yes.
So this MOU is all about what MOCA will do to support RECAPP in our communication, to make sure that people can use RECAPP at home, companies can start to recycle at work, and waste management companies can also look at us and use our digital solution. And today, what I explained, it was our solution is a digital solution, not only for us, but for everyone.
We are seeing the government heavily present at the forefront of all initiatives across UAE and across the region. However, the private sector, how can we have more inclusion in this regard from the private sector? We have seen today, we saw today you announcing a new, partnerships. What can you tell us in this regard? What the inclusion process? How can we make it wider, widen the pool?
I think the private sector is active in different way, but they need to be more included into the local initiative. Not talking only about sustainability, but making in place some action, facts, where we can find a solution facing all the challenge that we have, making sure that we provide solution for the community and for the government. And we have more and more partners.
How can we make it more lucrative for the private sector to join?
To make it lucrative, they need first to invest. The business
ROI.
is a
What
very
is
long
the
time.
ROI for them?
The ROI cannot be seen as a short term. Usually when we talk about sustainability, we talk about decade. And it took a lot of time in European country to set up a proper system of collection. And private sector in the UAE cannot believe that it will happen in 3 years. It won't be the case. But they can look at the image that they are building by partnering with local initiative like RECAPP. They can be more sustainable for their consumer, in front of their consumers. So at the end, we know that people are more aware than before. They are willing to pay a bit more when needed, and mainly when the communication of the private sector is matching with their own action. And there is sometimes some difference between what is explained on the media and social media and what happened in the reality. So we are providing recycling program for big brands, for the private sector, to make sure that their communication will match with some local initiative, enabling us to collect more, but to invite people for that, to segregate more at the beginning.
We are seeing different sectors, they vary in terms of their commitment, for example. What do you see the challenges? Which sectors and subsectors, for example, fashion, we talk about that and all that, shoes, garments, all that. How can we drive that forward?
So you mentioned that before we are able to say that in RECAPP we have more and more partners, but we are looking for more, even more than this. Inflation, yes, of course, because they are facing the fact that inflation is super fast.
And it's the world's number 2 contributor, as you know.
So what is good for today, for the winter, won't be good for the summer. So new models are coming, etc. So it's a overconsumption. So at the end, we have an over waste production that the industry is facing, and for that they could invite ourselves as consumer to come, for example, in their retail stores and to drop an end-of-life product in the retail stores and to make sure that by doing this, I will be rewarded.
Yeah.
Even if I'm a big brand in fashion, I could reward people for a good behavior towards environment.
Yeah.
And we presented today our smart box, which is the tool which is easy to implement in many retail stores, like a network of 100 stores, for example, where you can ask your consumer to drop a pair of shoes, a textile product, a cosmetic product, whatever. And this box is able to recognize the material and to reward this person who dropped the material into the box.
Segregation also is the biggest challenge, is a big challenge basically. And now with your smart box, we saw you mentioning AI as well, which is at the UAE is at the forefront. What is the new solution, the new technology? How can the new technology help in the segregation process and make it more efficient?
New technology are essential. First of all, you can address a lot of people with the new technology, like an application, like the social media, etc. And that new technology, it's not only a communication. It needs to serve the segregation and the collection process of those materials, which are not waste, but high value product that can be recycled. So for us, the smart box, for example, we have an AI system able to recognize the item. So this box is in this location for this purpose. It means for this type of material that can be recovered. And the AI will recognize the shape of the item and the person would drop this item into this box in order to reward it.
Yes.
To reward this behavior and to make sure that we get all the data. So the number of drop, so number of items. If we are interested in about the kg, we can set up a formula with the tonnage that will be collected. And if we want to know more, it means if a consumer is coming only once or if he will come every week to drop an item, we can have also this data, which is very, very important for a brand, because they need to understand the behavior of their consumer.
We saw some data. Basically, the graph is increasing sharply from 2020 till now 2023. How do you foresee the graph? How do you see it going in terms of numbers?
Regarding the number of users, is growing super fast. We have 12 months advance compared to our expectation. Regarding the tonnage, we are at the good level, exactly where we should be. Now we need to scale up the project. And AI also should serve our operations. So we develop also another software that we plug into our system of collection to make sure that if we have a request, we can handle it with our own fleet, but also by our technology, we can plug other collectors coming from the waste management company or from the last miles sector. So we want to Uberify the waste collection with our digital solution.
Electric vehicles and light commercial vehicles and electric trucks. We're seeing the start of basically introduction of such brands. We saw Renault, for example, launching with Tadweer, the electric truck. We're seeing more. Do you foresee something for RECAPP and Veolia?
Alors, for RECAPP, for sure, because we are looking at that. We already start to explore it. Unfortunately, the type of vehicle that we are using is not available in the market at this moment. We decided to be very flexible in terms of management of fleet. So we rent our vehicle. So it means that this big company that we work with, because we did also a partnership, we do a lot of partnership in many situations, not only with the brands, but also for operation. So when they will be ready, because they will access to those type of electric vehicle, we will have the possibility to implement it for us.
E-waste, we know that you have a solid program, you have a partnership with eCyclex and with others. Basically, what is your strategy in e-waste, which is huge as well?
Alors, the e-waste, for me, today, it's not very well handled. A lot of volume of material is consumed, by the community, and very few are at the end segregated properly. So today we develop a box which is part of our solution for businesses. So it means that as an individual, I can drop my item in my office because I'm going to work every day. Fair enough, it works. We have 150 offices, but we need much more, and we need those offices to not focus only on plastic bottle, but also on e-waste. E-waste, for me, I'm looking for a big partner, not for the production, not for the recycling process, because we have one, not for the collection, because it's okay, we can handle it, but for the door-to-door collection of electronic e-waste. We can imagine to have a partner with one of those big brands producing electronics, or a retailer that could put in place with us a system of collection where it will be, again, like RECAPP since the beginning, a system super easy to use. And it means that people will play the game, they will give us their electronic material, which is completely obsolete, and they wish to recover it with us. And we will have, like that, a lot of volume and good KPIs to demonstrate here in the UAE that it's possible to collect electronic waste in a good way.
Jérôme, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you.